Well, hey, sister. Happy
Hello,
Friday.
brother. Happy Friday.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes. Um, so
Um,
yeah,
we
go for it.
how are we gonna start? Let's see. I was gonna say, we've talked a lot about how Seth has talked a lot about lately, this Seth versus oh my gosh, this luck versus skill conversation. I feel like over the last few weeks this has come up a few times, but um, let's read through this and then I got a little help from our Seth. We need to name it Seth Producer Bot,
Mhm.
our little AI friend, who made an activity for us. So let's read this blog, and then maybe we can like play a bit of a game here.
I like it.
Here I'll blow through and read this thing. Here we go. Self awareness and the luck skill gap. One sort of delusion is believing that we're smart and skilled simply because we got lucky. This perpetuates a cycle of bad decisions that just happen to lead to good outcomes and causes people to confuse their wins with hard earned skill. Often, when someone successful in one field, where they compounded an early lead, moves into another one, they seem arrogant and unwilling to learn and experiment. They were confused about what led to their previous success. The other sort of delusion works in the other direction. If we've done the reading and shown up to do the work, if we've built skills and muscles but haven't succeeded yet, it's easy to be hindered by self doubt that might not be valid or useful. Acknowledging the luck we haven't received yet can open the door to better decisions and more persistence. Luck is unevenly distributed. I'm going to read it again. Luck is unevenly distributed, unpredictable, and unfair. And if it weren't, it wouldn't be luck.
So good.
So, two delusions
Hmm.
from opposite ends. One is someone seeing their success as purely skill and less luck, and the other is seeing mostly luck and less skill, right?
And this is where it always takes me back to the question that they ask at the end of the podcast, how I built this of like, do you think this was,
I know.
your hard work or luck? And almost everyone says a combination of the two. And I think that's what Seth is getting at. It's like, and I can't remember, because I just launched, well, we pre-launched, I guess, our new podcast for the Ready Network, which Seth said, what is a
Yeah.
production of? And our second one is Get Mom Ready. And there was someone I was reading. Oh, I think it's because both, Seth Said What and Get Mom Ready is on Substack. And it was somebody who claims to have made, $30,000 a month on Substack. And anyway, what was helpful about what she posted was that it's all about consistency. Like for a year, she just showed up and was posting but like I'm even guilty of it. Like we posted our Get Mom Ready trailer yesterday and I'm like seeing likes and we've got new Instagram followers and that's tracking pretty well, but the number of actual subscribers on the Get Mom Ready Substack was lower than I wanted it to be. And it's like, ugh, is this even going to take off? Is this even going to work? And I'm like, it has been like 5 hours since we posted this thing. And I think that's also the conundrum that we're in this day and age where we get the dopamine hits and the instant
Yeah.
gratification. It's easy to look at someone else's post who has 400,000 followers that probably took them 10 years to get that, or they paid for all of those followers and half of them aren't even real and think that you're so far behind and whatever. And so it's both. It's like showing up, doing the hard work, being consistent, responding to your audience. And also, then there's that magic that comes with like that one article that resonates or that one podcast that or like episode that goes viral or whatever it might be that's those pieces of luck that just happens.
Yeah. I did think a funny third layer that I don't want to spend time here actually, but the 2025 extra layer is it luck? Is it skill? Is it
Yeah,
algorithm? And like, because
so true.
and you could call that luck. You could, there's people that claim they can hack the algorithm. I've had many conversations with those consultants, but but yeah, it's like how much of it is a computer program deciding to just toss in some random content, and then that creator thinks, "Oh, I did it," and it's like, did you? Did you do it, or were you the random, roulette choice of
The slot machine.
you know the slot machine. Congratulations. Now do it again. And some people do. And so maybe there's skill involved and riding the wave and all that good stuff. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Let's play.
I have a
I'm ready to
random.
play the game.
I'm gonna. Yeah, yeah. Let's get to the game. I did want to like one example. Maybe if you have another example. Uh, I recently was sad because I'm not a hot sauce guy, but I fell in love with a hot sauce by a local guy here in Chattanooga. And it's like not too crazy hot. It's just the right amount of pepper. Like it's weird. I'm like I could drink this
Okay, well,
stuff,
I
and
expect
it's
it for
just
Christmas.
you. Oh, you
No, no, no.
did.
I'm saying,
That's
oh, did you give it
no.
to us? The Hoff? It has
I can't. I was like, did we?
big,
Because there's a good
like
chance I did.
little, like
But
hair, kind of like yours is the logo.
yeah, it's called
Hoff
Hoff
sauce. Yeah, I
sauce.
think maybe you have given it to us before, but I saw it last time we were
Yeah.
there at one of the shops down. I don't remember where we were, but right by the tram where it was like a little gift shop and they had Hoff sauce.
Yes. So Hoff sauce, I fell in love. And here's the story was he started and then I don't know how this happened, but I think it was a bit of luck that oh, remind me, Holly, John Legend's wife,
Yeah, I
model.
can see her face. I don't know.
Yeah. Shoot. Well, she's like a model, former model personality who got into cooking and put out a cookbook and has like a cooking following. Well, she put on Instagram one time, here's my top 3 favorite hot sauces, and one of them was
Oh
Hoff
my god.
sauce. And it went bonkers. And they had to quickly scale up and create all this, and it gave them the capacity to then extend their line into like 5 different sauces and all that. I'm saying all of this to say it was in our favorite we go to often this vegan restaurant, and if I'm honest, I love you guys. I'm not going to say your name just in case, but hot sauce is what got me through some of those dishes. Just layering that hot sauce on there. But they recently went out of business,
Oh no.
and it was like really crushing because like I finally fell in love with the hot sauce. Like this is my hot sauce,
Yeah.
and
I wonder
I was just
why.
like, so isn't it interesting? So to bring it back, it's like skill of like crafting a hot sauce that's like consumable to a certain demographic of people who want to like hot sauce, but I don't want to feel the pain of hot sauce when I'm eating food. But then also the luck of Chrissy
Yes,
Teigen,
Christy Teigen, you nailed it. Yep. Nice.
uh, and her choosing that not paid for. It's not a influencer strategy, but that happening, and then so there's a skill and a luck, and then for whatever reason, and I'm like, so this is a side tangent to a side tangent, but I'm like, please tell me someone even just had the conversation to buy the recipe to keep this recipe alive. Like this is local Chattanooga guys. Like, come on, somebody be as big of a fan with money to like snag this. And
Well, it looks like
anyway, long live Hoff
well,
sauce.
I just Googled it. It looks like it was they just filed for bankruptcy because of long-term financial challenges. But they remain hopeful about a potential future comeback of the brand. So I don't
Well, that would be
I know.
awesome.
And I don't I'm like, finances is like my least thing that I'm talented in, but sometimes it is a strategic decision to go ahead and file for bankruptcy. Maybe they had
Yeah,
some debt or assets that they just wanted to get off their books and to be able to
sure,
relaunch in a
sure.
different way. Or maybe they had some owners or investors that they wanted to part ways with to start a new company in the future or something like that. So let's hopeful. We're not gonna we don't,
Come on.
but that's I mean, those margins are tough. Jonathan Baker, who we had on the other day, could tell you about that. And I had a
Yeah,
6-year stint
sure.
in a teeny tiny little
I just thought of them when I thought of the luck of someone you didn't pay
yeah.
expressing that this is great, and then the rush to go and try it and experience it. And yeah, sorry, we're off in
No, 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 it's
retail
yeah, no, it's
land,
that's
but
the beauty of these conversations. They can go wherever we want. But yeah, hard work,
okay. So
luck.
hard work versus luck. So AI producer bot decided to create this game for us, Holly, and here's how we're gonna do it real quick. We have 7 scenarios, and we're gonna let's try to like feel from the gut. Like, don't overthink it. Our response to these 7 scenarios, and we get to call out whether the outcome is mostly luck, mostly skill, or a mix. And then maybe we could like back up our call with like a 1 or 2 sentence
Okay.
thing, and we'll go through this here. Okay. All right. Here come the scenarios. A musician's song goes viral on TikTok. It's funny. We just kind of talked about this, but um, I would say it's a
That's
mix. I'm gonna lump the algorithm conversation. I'm gonna say algorithm equals luck, but it's got to be good enough that like it's catchy that people will snag
Yeah,
onto
that's
it.
what I was about to say. It's like the catchiness. Now, to say that the person was intentional about making it like, okay, are we going to have in the first 30 seconds this hook that is going to stick in people's heads all day? That's the part that's like, if it was just like a gut or intuition, then it was probably luck. But if they're like a really talented producer that knows exactly how to make a song go viral,
Yep,
then it's more hard
that's
work.
right. All right, round two. Hitting 9 out of 10 free throws in a game.
Luck.
See,
That's
it's
your
funny
top
is I would
story.
say that's mostly skill. I would say
Oh,
it's
that's
mostly skill
true. Yeah, 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 that
because
makes sense. For me, it would be luck.
I mean, oh yeah, for you or me, just chucking. Yeah, I'd be like, "Are you insane? 9 out of 10." Uh, so I'm gonna say mostly skill because man, those guys.
No, that's true, that's true.
Okay,
I
round
changed my
three.
mind. You're right, it's skill.
Landing your first big client because a friend made an intro.
I think
Ooh.
that is hard work
Yeah,
of
and there's
years
something
of
about letting your needs be known that is a big deal. So like encouraging people like, hey, if you wouldn't mind, here's what I'm doing, here's the number of clients I can take on, I'd love anybody to make any references or connect me. Let your needs be known is a skill part of that.
well, and you have to have something that your friend even, like, your best friends, I know very few people who would just flippantly refer someone. Like, gotta
Hmm.
be like, have done something or have a reputation that makes your friend want to feel comfortable putting their reputation on the line.
Yeah. Okay, scenario 4. Cooking a perfect souffle on the first try.
S
What would Elliot say?
Well, and that's what's interesting on the first try,
Uh-huh.
because like
I don't know enough about souffles. Is if there is like a feel, like a vibe to like you just can't really, there's not a science to when you do this one part or something, then like I could see that being luck. But so many recipes are like math.
mm,
It's like a science, and it's like, oh, did you put, and I'm not talking southern recipe where it's like, now put a pinch and a smidgen and a you
yeah.
know it's like exactly a teaspoon, exactly a you
Mhm.
know so I would chalk up, for me, scenario 4 would be mostly luck. I would imagine your husband, who is quite the chef, would say, "Oh no, oh no, 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 this is a skill that you know,
Yeah.
over many many
Yeah, that's
souffles."
probably true.
Or anyway, scenario 5: winning a raffle at a charity event.
Luck.
I'd say almost 100%
Although
luck.
I do have a strategy that somebody taught me ages ago. I don't even know, but if you crinkle, I always
I think it was
was
Dad.
it?
Shout out to JWH out there. If you crinkle it up, because I was just about to say, if you say crinkle,
That's so funny. You crinkle it before you put it in the bowl.
that's right. Shout out to Dad. And what's funny is, one time, and this is great, I did that and I won a hammock from some outdoor store for a Father's Day
Nah,
present. And we like basically never used
yeah,
it. It was in the sunroom there forever. But yeah, so hey,
that is
maybe we should
so
crinkle more.
funny. I love it.
Get to crinkling. Scenario 6: building a podcast audience that keeps growing steadily over 3 years.
Hard work. Well, I guess it's okay, but it's skill. Is it skill or luck? Because I keep saying hard work, which I
We do have the option of mix, so I think it's mixed, but you can decide if you want to do like a,
yeah.
how big are the pieces of the
Well, like,
pie.
that makes me wanna have another conversation, which maybe this is for a different day, of, like, what's the difference between skill and hard work? Because I will always say, I'm not gonna be
Mhm.
the most skilled ever in the room, but I will be the hardest worker probably, you know? Um,
Ooh, I like that.
So, yeah.
Scenario 7. Publishing a blog post the same week the topic goes mainstream. So publishing a blog post the same week the topic goes mainstream. Yeah, yeah, I would put that mostly on luck. I mean, there may be like you're early on like kind of a zeitgeist, and you could kind of like feel it, or like that might be a skill you can hone is to kind of have your pulse on like some pockets of influential thinkers, writers, kind of just be on the in the adoption curve. You're kind of on the early side of zeitgeisty things. But yeah, so I'd say a mix with probably mostly luck. I think I don't know. I may have talked myself out of that. Anyway, seven
Yeah.
scenarios. And I think just to acknowledge that, you know, it's what do I want to acknowledge? That luck isn't fair, and skill isn't everything. And Seth, I think, is saying self awareness is acknowledging both of those. So don't be
That's
delusional.
right. Easier said than done.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that was
All
ooh,
right.
Seth, producer bot. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Seth said what
that
bot?
was fun.
All right, brother. Well, and we'd also love to hear. Dad, let us know in the comments. Was it you with the crinkle hack? And do you agree or disagree with any of our skill versus luck little quizzes here? That would be interesting.
And to chase down our Hoff sauce conversation, I'd love to know of any examples of skill versus luck scenarios that came to your mind as you
I
were
wonder
listening
what
to this.
Jonathan
That'd be
Baker would
fun.
say about Monday Night Brewing if it was skill or luck. Probably both, huh?
Ooh, you're gonna call out
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
ask them the how I built this
Yeah.
question.
Be
That'd be
interesting.
fun.
All right. Have a good
Yeah.
weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
You too. Bye.